Welcome to Friday Night Stripes videos. Today we're going to be talking about high hits. Both videos in this discussion were brought up on Facebook groups, two different Facebook groups. This one was a national group of high school officials, and the second one you'll see was a local group of tackle football officials. This one, we're going to roll it forward just a little just to get to some definitions. So what we've got is we've got the definition of a defenseless player. I'm not going to read this to you. It's here on the screen. But the idea is, one, an example of a defenseless player is a receiver who's catching a pass who has not had time to become a runner. And the second point here is that when a player, it is legal to hit a defenseless player, but you must make a legal hit, and the burden of responsibility for making a legal hit on a defenseless player lies solely on the player making the hit. So we're going to roll this forward just a little bit more to get to the definitions of illegal helmet contact and targeting. Just going to point out here that the keywords of targeting. It's a player who takes aim, initiates contact above the shoulders with helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulders. So any of those things. So we're going to roll this forward at full speed, and then I'm going to rewind it, and we're going to roll it through at half speed, and then we'll do it one more time where I roll it and I try and stop it right at the point of impact. So we're going to roll this through so you can see it at full speed and make up your own mind when you first see this. Alright, so it's a little blurry, so it's a little hard to see, and that's understandable. So I'm just going to get it up here again, and you're going to have, I'm going to run this at half speed now, and now you know what to look for. Again, it's a little blurry, but it's as good as we're going to get. Okay. I personally have this as targeting. This looked like clear helmet to helmet. I'm going to go back and see if we can't get it at the point of impact here. I was able to get it a little earlier where it's just crystal clear. That is the point of impact right there. Blurry, yes, but it's fairly clear. Now, the defender has his arms out. He's trying to wrap up. The receiver is going to the ground, so he's a little lower than expected. However, we go back to those definitions. A defenseless player is a receiver who has not had time to become a runner. This receiver has not had time to become a runner, therefore he's defenseless. Therefore, all the responsibility of making a legal hit lies on the defender. And as you can see here, this is a clear helmet-to-helmet hit. And I don't think there's any doubt about this. Now, in the Facebook group that this was in, it was split about 50-50, those who believed it was targeting and those who didn't. But this is the point of impact. I'm going to give it to you one more time at full speed so you can see it, and then we're going to move on to the next hit. And I would have been right there with that back judge with flag. And as you see over here, we got a second flag coming in. So you've got two flags on the field, which for a foul like this, I always think is a good thing. So as you can see here in this second video, we're talking about Pop Warner size players here. Not sure the level, but certainly one of the lower levels based on the size of the players. But the rules are essentially the same, especially when it comes to safety fouls. I have some sympathy for the players that the targets are smaller, so it's harder to make a legal hit maybe, but they're also slower. The player making the hit is also smaller, so we can't be lenient at all on safety fouls, especially since if they don't learn them now, they're going to continue those bad habits throughout. And when I was at the Sioux Empire Officials Clinic over the summer, this was a point they stressed, is that we at these levels are the guardians of the game. If we don't make these safety calls here, then there aren't going to be players 15 years later getting drafted because their parents will have pulled them out, or they will have sustained enough hits that they're going to be out themselves. So we're going to run this forward, and I'm going to run it, get you a definition of targeting again. Again, targeting and any player who takes aim initiates contact above the shoulders. So we're going to run this just a little, and then I'm going to sketch out what the play is. What we've got is we've got a sweep to the right, and the safety is sniff this out all the way. So there's the diagram of what's going to happen. So I'm going to run this at full speed so you can see the initial hit, make up your own mind, and then I'm going to run it at half speed. So here we go. Okay, and then he gets up and claps in his face. So obviously that wasn't great either, and the line judge did have a flag down for that, for the taunting. So now I'm going to run this at half speed so that you can make a decision at a little slower speed, decide what you want to see this as. I have this as targeting. I think this is a little bit more borderline than the first video, but I have this as targeting. So I'm going to rewind this just a little, see if I can't get the point of impact, because there are some things to see at the point of impact here. All right, so here's the point of impact. So as you can see, the runner is leaning forward. He's put his head out there to be hit. You've also got a defender who's down and who will launch upwards. He's not going for the body, he's launching upwards. So if you wanted to put two flags down on this and get both the runner and the defender, I'm perfectly okay with that. In fact, I may think that's the pro move here, is to get both of them, because the runner has endangered himself, but the defender did no favors either. In fact, I personally believe that if the runner had not had his head down like that, the defender still would have hit him in the helmet. So the defender's not going to get off here. It's just a question of whether you want to implicate the runner as well. So we're going to back this up, run it at half speed one more time, and there's the impact. Again, in this video, the runner is not a defenseless player, so that wipes all that out. So no longer is all of the burden on the defender to make a legal hit, but certainly in this case, I had the defender down and launching upwards, to where even if the runner doesn't lean forward, he's going to get hit in the head. So in the group, this was also about a 50-50 split. It was actually slanted slightly more towards no flag. I don't think no flag is the right answer here. I think the flag is the right answer is one or two flags, and you decide. But that's my personal opinion. That's what I feel I was told, the direction of where everybody wants this to go safety wise. So that's my personal opinion, and I'd love to hear your opinions. Put it in the comments of this video, or hit me up on Twitter at Friday Night Stripes. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.